Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. I know I have not done a video in a little minute, so I thought I would catch you guys up on where I'm at um, and see where what I'm looking forward to as far as the next trade. So last week I didn't really it wasn't a whole lot of opportunity to do like a long trade. What I mean by long, where you buying low and selling at a high price. And plus, I was um, doing some traveling, so um, it's a little hard sometimes to trade and travel. So, but lucky for me, things were still kind of making its way down, and but I was able to catch one, and I'm going to show you where. So I have changed up my little color schemes. Sometimes I have to do that just to break up the monotony. So I'm gonna go looking at XRP. So if I go to the 4 hour, um, so we're looking at this downward trend, right? You see this channel right here. It's in blue, right? Parallel trend. And the way I do that is you can go to little pencil. I have it saved up here in my bar, my favorites bar, but basically you're going to where it says parallel channel, and you basically create the parallel channel from there. And what was I gonna say? So this is for the 4 hour. I also changed it from green to like a blue since we're getting near spring, and I got tired of seeing the green. I just wanted something a little bit more calmer on my eyes, so I just changed it to blue. And so I'm using like blue and pink. So let's go down to the hourly chart, right? So remember on the 4 hour, I had this channel right here going down. So it looks bigger on the further you go down in your time frames. And then there's this downward trend inside of there, which is currently happening right now, right? And if I go back down to the 15-minute, I can show you where the trade happened. Maybe I might have to do it on the 30-minute. Yeah, it was right in here. I was trying to remember. So this I originally had, which is in blue. I had it in green, and I knew that was an area, a high demand area. And if you were to go to all the way like up to the daily chart, you will see that it's a high demand area on a higher time frame. That every time it hit this horizontal support level, it basically would go up just about every time, right? So that's where I knew, okay, it's probably a good opportunity to take a buy on once it hits this level. And then I go down to my lower time frame to, like the 15-minute, 5-minute, all the way even down to the 1 minute, to actually kind of manage the trade as it happens. So I put a limit order. So basically I create the, what do you call it? Horizontal support using the rectangle. All right, so if you notice all the way to the right hand, it has in blue 1.9971 and 1.9655. So I put a limit order of not like for 1 point, I think I put in for $2 was my limit order for the buy. So once it hits that, it's going to give me the best price, $2 and below, right? And once it kind of like hit, I saw that it had like a double bottom and took that order. It came back down. I still had my like alert for below here. I was not going to come out until it hits that. It took a little while for this trade to come through. So pretty much started like that Thursday. It didn't really come out until that Saturday. And if you look at it from a fib standpoint, it's the fib started here. Well, it started up here, came down to here. 50% level is right here. It hit that, came back down, hit the support, and then started making its way back up. And I was trying to aim for in between the 78 and the 61. So I put a limit order for anything above 2.1276, which is right at the 61% level, which is hitting this both the 61 and the 78%. So when you put in the limit order for a sale, it's going to hit, it is not going to transact until it hits that amount, and it's going to try to give you that amount or the high or higher. So, and that was worth about almost 7%, 6.45. And that was pretty much it. Pretty much came out of there. This weekend. So, yesterday. So it started kind of like falling down. And so now I have an alert. I probably could put the alert above this peak right here. I actually think I have it above this peak. I probably could bring it down just to see how it reacts to this peak right here. Is it gonna break this structure, or is it gonna try to like go up and come back down to the support, which I have an alert right below here. And then you just start the process all over again. Another thing I do as I'm trading is I will, like, once it starts, like, say for instance, right here, and it makes a double bounce and it's working its way up, I start making like a little minor trend line. Like I'll start right here, and let's say it's doing this. It hasn't came out of that yet, right? I'll do that, and just to kind of, for my own mental, to see that, sure, you're still okay. Like you can stay in the trade. And then let's say it comes out of there. I still don't freak out because I have this support drawn to say, okay, we're still good. You know, I entered, you know, the bottom is right here. So, and I entered right here, which if it were to come out of here, I'm still like just 1%, almost 2%, which is really good. So we're okay, right? So I kept like an alert right here just to make sure we're not falling any further. And then once it does this, what I'll do is put another trend line from here to here. And just to see, are we staying above this trend line as the trade is happening? And then I'll start moving my alerts up, and that's how I manage the trade. And then sometimes I can like take this out as it created another trend line, right? And then just managing it by this trend line, this channel, and this, and my supports and resistance. And then using the fib as just like a way of keeping the price that I want to enter for my limit orders, for whether to buy or to sell. In this case, if I'm coming out of a trade, I'm doing a sell limit order. I don't really use market orders, because typically when I have used market orders in the past, it's because I'm chasing a trade. I know if I'm using limit orders, I'm more in control of my trade versus running after a trade. So that is the psychology I have for myself. And the last thing, also kind of have some alerts on Bitcoin, because I know Bitcoin is kind of ruling the market right now, and I haven't all the way changed my stuff, but I'm kind of keeping a tab of, is it going to break out of here? It didn't break these peaks right here, so, and it looks like kind of like a double, like a head and shoulders right here. So I probably am going to move my alert or create another alert right here below this point right here to see if it's gonna drop below where it's at, and make one up right above this last peak, just to see where we're headed, and see if we're making our ways back up, or are we going to like tumble down before I even think about getting back in to anything, because I don't really see anything on my list that's really this one right here. But some of these I need to like take off, because I don't ever use their charts, and for different reasons. Like if I were to go to the daily on this, it's like past where it's like low. It might be a good thing if it were to make its way back above the zero. Might be a quick opportunity, because it probably will go fast if it does make it above there. So I might make an alert for if it were to make it above this last peak on this one. And let me see if there's anything else in green. This one is, and it's on Coinbase as well as Barracks, which has been making higher highs, which is interesting. I don't know anything about this particular coin, but I probably picked it up when I was doing some screening, and I even drew out my supports on this one. So it fell out of this support. Let me see, what is it doing now? It's like it's trying to make its way up. Let me see what it did when it did that. How much was there of a gain? Not bad, 13 or so percent. How long did it take for it to do that? That's the other thing I always look for, is like, oh, not even a whole day. So this will be interesting. Like, it took 9 hours for 13%. It might be something I might keep an eye on and put alerts on there, because it might have opportunities for a quick trade. So I might keep my eyes on this one. Some of them I'm gonna clear out. So SPA. Is there anything else? I don't see anything else in green on this list. Let me see on this list. Nothing really. This one I don't like it. Let me see. Math. This is something I've traded on before. Let's look on the daily. It hasn't made it back down to zero yet, so this might be a good one to check when it hits this 23% level. to see if it makes a quick bounce, and then like what kind of bounce would that look like potentially, like from here, 24% potential, because it usually hits, seems like it's usually hitting this resistance trend line right here in pink. So once it hits a support, it makes its way and fairly quick. So that might be another one that I would probably write down to keep an eye on and put some alerts on there for when it hits here, and then go to the lower time frames to see how it's reacting to that support, and then just take a risk, right? So that's pretty much it. And I'm just gonna, right now, I'm just got my eye on XRP and the other charts that I just showed, and Bitcoin. For quick trading opportunities, and that's pretty much it. I'm thinking I'm gonna start doing more videos more frequently, since I feel like I have more free time. So we'll see. I'm gonna take it day by day, and then, but if you have any questions or comments, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help. All right, bye.